made mistakes in our lives, whether it's life mistakes or school mistakes. And today we'll be talking about mistakes I made as a student. They did have a huge impact on my life, but if I were a student again, I would not make those mistakes again. And if I had a chance, I would do all of these things differently. So without further ado, let's get started. The first mistake I made when I was younger, when I was a student, was not caring much about the future and living as if there's no tomorrow. Partying, doing fun stuff, and it's nice. You don't have to have an A to Z plan of what you're gonna do. Graduate, find a job, get married, have kids, have dogs, buy property, whatsoever. No, you don't have to have that. But at least you should have an idea of what you want to do in life. As for me, I did my master's in linguistics because my parents wanted me to. But also, I didn't know much at that time. I was like, what I'm good at? And then I was like, nothing pretty much, just partying, but that's not a career. So I decided to study languages because that was the easiest decision for me at that time. If I were a student again, I would have taken a gap year so I can explore myself, try working, try traveling, try doing things, and then maybe I would end up finding what I really love. And it's not because I don't like languages or whatsoever, but I feel like I would have taken that time to actually explore and find what I love. For example, design. And the next mistake I made was doubting myself and what I do. As I've mentioned before, I studied linguistics, but I work as a designer now. But also I do YouTube. I've always wanted to have a channel, but it's always been like, my life is too boring, I have nothing to show people, like what's the value, that kind of stuff. But at the end, we all here, 60,000 people of us. First of all, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is absolutely free and you can unsubscribe at any time. So I wish I've started YouTube earlier because it's always been something that interests me. I love learning more about filming, about editing, about all things YouTube. Same with design. I've always wanted to do something creative, but it's always been like, oh, but will I really like that? Should I take a 2-year program because it's too much? What if I don't like it? I feel like you should listen to your inner voice and try things you want to do and not listen to your parents. Again, it really depends, for example, who's paying for your tuition, because if it's you paying for your tuition, you can do whatever the hell you want. But if it's your parents, they want to make sure you make that money back when you graduate. So I would say listen to your inner voice and try doing what you love if it's possible. If not, well, you can always do things on your own. You can always go study further. There are a lot of options available to you. The next mistake I made, it's kind of a mistake, but kind of not, drinking a lot of energy drinks. If you think energy drinks will give you a lot of energy, they will also give you an addiction, I'm pretty sure. When I was writing my final paper at university, I drank, I think, 2 liters of Red Bull. I was writing my paper non-stop for like 24 hours. I was dying after I handed in my paper. But Red Bull, thank you for that amazing experience. Rather than drinking that chemical bubbly thingy, just get yourself a cup of coffee or tea. Actually, green tea is even better. It has more caffeine and it's healthier for you. So, we are all young. We can drink vodka, Red Bull all night and then go to bed and be okay. But trust me, I'm an old lady. The older you get, the worse you feel. So please eliminate those energy drinks from your life as soon as possible and stick to coffee or tea. The next mistake I made when I was a student was wasting time on people I don't like and not networking enough with people I actually like. When you have an old friend, but you kind of just studied together and they're like, hey, let's hang out. And you're like, yeah, whatever, let's hang out, whatever. No benefit, no nothing, just drink vodka all night long. I wish I spent that time with the right people, I would say. They always say that your friends or your acquaintances should be always smarter than you so you can learn things or whatever. When I was 18 or 20, I was like, whatever, all people are nice, everyone's so cool. But the older I get, I was like, why did I waste so much time on people I don't even talk to now? At that point of life, maybe they were okay, buddies, friends, whatever we call them. But now I'm realizing if a person doesn't bring anything to you, like whether it's joy or like networking or I don't know, something cool, you don't have to spend time on these people. Like, we have limited time on this planet, so just think twice before agreeing to everything. Same with random people who you meet like at a party. They're like, oh, let's go drink, whatever, next week. Why? Just ask yourself, why? If there is no benefit for you, out. Another mistake that I made when I was younger was comparing myself to other people. And that's a huge one, because you should always compare yourself to yourself, not to other people. Because, you know, you go on YouTube, you go on TikTok, and there is a 20-year-old girl. She's a millionaire. She lives like in a penthouse in New York, I don't know. And you're like, oh no, I'm already 22. That's not possible for me. But like, why are you looking at this person? Maybe the family she's coming from is a wealthy, a well-known family, and you're just a girl from a family, from a village in Russia, I don't know. So don't look at those people who succeeded. Yes, you can use them as motivation, be like, hey, I want to be like her in 10 years. But always look back. If I look at myself like 7 years ago when I just moved to Canada, I'd be like what? I literally just moved to Canada. I had no idea what I'm gonna do in my life, what's gonna be my job. Like, am I gonna study events or design, or am I gonna be a teacher? Now I'm looking at myself and I'm just like, oh, girl, I'm proud of you. And the next step is kind of relevant to the previous one, and it's not investing in yourself. It doesn't matter if it's nutrition, sleep, if it's self-development, some kind of courses or whatever. Things you love, things you like, things that bring you joy. If you're not investing in yourself, no one will. I feel like I never have time for myself. I have time to make a delicious dinner for my husband. I have time to help my friends. But when it comes to me, for example, to do yoga, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm gonna just like work, and then I'm gonna film, and then I'm gonna blah, blah. And then my yoga is like at the bottom of my list, even though I'm my priority in life. So always prioritize yourself, especially when you're a student. You have all time in the world to work on those side projects, to learn more, to take courses, to do fun things. When you're older and you have families and dogs, kids, I don't know, whatever, adult stuff, you will not have that amount of time. So use it wisely and do things that nurture you, that bring you happiness. And if you made to this point of the video, comment down below what mistakes did you make as a student, because I'd love to know your thoughts. The next mistake is not based on my personal experience, because I have masters in linguistics, but not learning languages is a huge mistake, especially when you're younger, because there's a lot of research and stuff where they say that the younger you are, the easier it is for you to learn languages. And the thing is, you can change your major, you can change your job, you can change anything. But if you speak another language, it will be super beneficial for you. It doesn't matter, in your job search, in your next school adventure or whatsoever, languages will help you along the way. As I've mentioned before, I didn't know anything when I was 18, but I knew English. And here we are on this channel, speaking English, learning English. I mean, learn languages, my friends. The next mistake I made was skipping classes. Who didn't skip classes, tell me? Right? This didn't affect my grades or anything, but don't do that. I mean, I understand you're young, you want to have fun, but classes are just like a tiny piece of your day. Like, just go there, learn something new. It's gonna be better for you, for your grades, for your attendance, and then for your final exams, of course. And the next mistake is kind of relevant to the previous one, and it's not asking for help, especially in Canada. So in university, in Russia, when I was a university student, our teachers were like, we kind of help you, but not really. But when I moved to Canada, it was a whole different experience. Teachers were literally saying every single class, come and ask questions. If you don't understand something, just come to me and say, hey, I don't understand this, can you please help me explain? There were tutoring services on campus, so when you're studying you're basically paying for that. So don't be shy, just go ask your questions. Or if you're in class and the teacher's like, hey, do you have any questions? I'd be like, because I wasn't sure, like, I kind of wanted to ask a question, but at the same time, I don't want to, waste the time on me, whatever. So please don't be me and just raise your hand and be like, hey, I have a question. Can we discuss, please? And the next mistake I didn't make, but many people make, is not having fun. Trust me. College and university years are made for you to have fun. Yes, you have to study. Yes, you kind of have to work, but you're young, you're free, you can do whatever the hell you want. So please do. Join clubs, go out, meet people, do whatever feels nice or fun or adventurous. You will never be any younger than tonight. It seems like you have all time in the world, especially when you're a student. You're like, yeah, I'm just doing my bachelor's, I have 4 years, and then boom, it's convocation time, you literally graduated, and you're like, what happened? What happened? So please promise me that you will have fun. Okay? And this is it for today. Thank you for sticking till the very end. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!